Georgia's ruling party, Georgian Dream, declare victory as partial results show they're leading with a majority vote.
Israel attacked Iran overnight in retaliation for a ballistic missile assault earlier this month, with the Middle East on the precipice of a regional war. A Russian strike on a residential building in Kyiv killed at least one person and injured 5 others, according to Ukrainian officials.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said enlargement remains a priority for the EU and calls to make it a reality. Georgia's ruling party, Georgian Dream, declare victory as they lead with a majority vote, according to first partial results released by the Central Election Commission. Earlier on Saturday, all parties had claimed victory after exit polls showed different winners, but the partial results show that the ruling party is in the lead by almost 53%. It's still unclear who will form the next government, but if Georgian Dream wins a parliamentary majority, it will stoke fears about the country's bid for EU membership. The political landscape in Georgia is extremely polarized, and as a result, the elections have been incredibly divisive. The pivotal parliamentary elections put Georgia at a crossroad between the EU and Russia, and many voters saw the elections as a make-or-break vote on the opportunity to join the European Union. An investigation opened after a video went viral showing several people stuffing a box with ballots, and violence broke out in several locations.
Israel launched airstrikes on what it described as military targets in Iran in retaliation for a ballistic missile assault earlier this month. There was no immediate information available on damage to the country, but Iranian state media reported the sound of explosions around Iran's capital, Tehran, without immediately elaborating. Iranian state television later identified some of the blasts as coming from air defense systems, without offering more details. 2 Israeli officials said the strikes on Iran were not targeting nuclear or oil facilities. The attack, threatened for weeks by Israel, comes as the Middle East sits on the precipice of a regional war, more than a year after an initial attack by Hamas killed around 1,200 Israelis. Since then, Israel has launched a devastating ground offensive in the Gaza Strip and an invasion of the neighboring Lebanon, targeting militants long-armed and aided by Tehran. At least 1 person was reportedly killed and 5 injured after a Russian drone hit a 25-story residential building in Kyiv. Emergency responders were dispatched to the site of the attack to fight a fire which broke out on the upper floor of the building due to the strike. The fire was extinguished, but a search and rescue operation continued, according to Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko. 1 of the 5 injured was sent to hospital, according to Klitschko, and a first aid tent was set up at the site. Ukraine's emergency services say the attack damaged several apartments in the building, with around 100 people being evacuated after the drone struck. Prior to the attack, local media report an air alert had been sounded in Kyiv and other Ukrainian regions due to a mass Russian drone attack, a near daily occurrence in Ukraine for over a month.
During her visit to Montenegro, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said enlargement remains a priority for the European Union. It comes during the last day of her Balkan tour, where she visited 6 Western Balkan countries that aspire to join the European Union.
I want to assure you that, like in my first mandate, enlargement will be at the top of the political agenda for the next 5 years. We have now all the necessary tools, all the necessary instruments in place. So let's make it happen, let's make it a reality, and work towards this common goal.
EU enlargement has been delayed following Russia's invasion into Ukraine, which propelled European leaders to temporarily push the 6 from joining the bloc. During her visit to Kosovo earlier in the day, von der Leyen condemned Russia for their attempts at destabilizing democracies.
Under the EU.